Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Thornton Farm. Today we're going to start off by setting off a buttload of wooden planks. We've borrowed a crane from a nearby industrial estate and we've loaded up the planks onto the Marshall trailer, as much planks as we can fit on. So we got to bring these over to the Thornton sawmill, get these sold off. And hopefully not hit too much on the way there. Because worst case scenario, we hit everything and it all goes to hell. But it's a mainly straight road. We shouldn't have too many issues getting there. Hopefully. And immediately after that, we can go sort out some bales. Or make some bales even. We've got the fast track in the field ready to run the baler. In fact, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring that up so we can have a look at the money coming in, because we're gonna get quite a lot of money for this, I think. In here, don't hit too much there. Fantastic. And here we go with the money rolling in. Kind of. It's gonna take a little while, isn't it? Yeah, it's gonna take a little while. Oh dear. Let's speed this up. I'll be back with you guys once it's done. Alright, that was nowhere near the amount of money that I thought it would be. It was only about 2,000 for those many planks of wood. But what we gotta do now is we're gonna actually park up here and get over to the JCB. So I'll stop here, get to the fast track, which is in the field. Where's the fast track? There's the fast track. It's not attached to the baler just yet, but we can attach it up and get on the move. There we go. I need to double check that everything is working as it should. There we go. We're all good to go. Forward gear away, and it does tend to help if I have pickup lowered. Does it not? There we go. The baler should run now. Yes, it will. Somehow I managed to miss half a windrow, but that's fine. I can come back and collect that in a minute. And yeah, we're just gonna run the baler. Go to drone view here. Just gonna run the baler and get these bales in, and I think after that we'll need to actually do more tedding and windrowing over in field number 3, because that needs to be, I think that's the next field that needs to be sorted. We then need to bring the mower out of this field over to the other side of the river, and there's 2 fields over there that need to be mowed up before we can do anything to them. Once that's done, then that's all the mowing sorted. Once all the tinning and windrowing's done, it's just going to be baling and then bale movements. Now I was thinking, since the last video, about how best to move the bales. And it's occurred to me that the best way to do this would be with a stack wagon. So the downside is we're making 4 bales at a time here. The stack wagons can handle individual bales, but we can load a stack wagon by just kind of leaving it near the pile for a little bit, so they can collect up all 4 required bales. It's up to 3 there. And yeah, it's gonna be an interesting little situation, I think. Gonna be an interesting situation. We're up to 4 bales there, so let's just stop. Wait for all the nonsense to finish. That should be closed up. Yes, it is. So we got a lot of work left to do with the grass, but we're getting now to the point where we're past the halfway mark. I'll put it that way. We're past the halfway mark. We are rapidly closing in on the point where we'll need to start moving the small bales, and we're just going to sell them straight off. I don't want to stack them. That's just a pain I don't want to deal with. And I think in future we'll just use the Massey and get a... as wise as Sergei's idea was, it's not really a viable idea. Well, all ready to go again? Yes, it is. It's not really a viable idea. It's not going to work as well as I would like it to. So what we're going to do instead is we do have a forage wagon. We can make silage out of the grass that we mow up at Stonehenge. Now, what we could also do is get ourselves a brush hog mower, which we can do. There is one at the shop. We could actually use that to mow around Stonehenge. Now that wouldn't be the worst idea. The downside there would be we're not getting paid by the council to mow that area because we now know it's a fake Stonehenge. Which basically means we're not going to be making profit if we just brush hog it. So I don't know exactly what the best course of action is. We also need to go back up to the church again and double check that there's no mowing required, because we do obviously have a... We can do that in a minute actually, because we've got this field baled. Let's do that now. So seeing as the Crasshopper is so redonkulously huge and fast, we can actually drive that up to the church by itself. So let's turn this on and get it moving. We'll need the beacons on, because while this is fast, it's still regarded as heavy machinery. I'd rather not bring it too fast. Now I did manage to get a top speed test on this thing. It can go up to 197 kilometers an hour, which is about 120-ish miles an hour. Quite fast. If we drive it around at about 40 miles an hour, we should be good, which is about 60 kilometers an hour. Somewhere in this range is a good safe, well, a safe-ish speed. There's no such thing as a safe speed when you're going this fast. You can actually just bring it up to higher speed, slow it down. This is all about very small movements on the wheel here, because we're effectively rallying. effectively going to rally this thing over to the shop. And I know for a fact, because this is the area that I did the top speed test, we're going to have to brake here. Just to prevent that jump from being huge. Alright, let's get into the... Do we even need to get into the churchyard to see this? Okay, we'll need to get into the churchyard. Which means we'll need to go around the roundabout and head actually back in this direction. You can see there's some more grass fields to be done yet. It's stuff that'll be taken care of in time. Now we do need to get a brush hog anyway. A brush hog more because I want to get the field edges kind of neatened up. And the only way to do that will be with brush hog. So let's get this folded and whip. There we go. And we'll just mow this up, do a bit of upkeep and caretaking for the church. Which is, of course, very necessary to make sure that everybody's happy with, you know, how the cemetery looks and the overall aesthetic of the churchyard. We're not allowed to go too far in. But I mean, we can, with this thing, basically mow as quickly as we want. Which gives us the advantage of, well, we can mow as quickly as we want. It'll be done fairly quickly. Plus, the fact that this thing basically loads the grass into a black hole means that we don't need to worry too much about unloading this for a little while. I think the best course of action will be to, if we can, just sell the grass off as loose grass. Or, oh, I've got a better idea. I've just had a much better idea. Literally just occurred to me there. We can load the grass into the compost master and make compost out of this. Now it's going to take a while to unload, which means we'll just abandon the prophy hopper there, but or the crasshopper, as it's now been dubbed, because it is crass. It's loud and obnoxious, much like the horn. But if we were to dump the grass into the compost master, the issue there would be that there's no fuel in the compost master at the minute. And that would require, you know, getting a fuel truck out there. I mean, that's a doable thing, I guess. It's not an impossible task. I think that might be the best course of action. Would it be the best course of action? I'm trying to think of this strategically. Like, would we make enough compost from all of this grass? I think we would, you know. I think if we were to use the compost, or the grass in the compost master, we'd actually be making kind of a net profit, because we could use the compost on our meadows and, more importantly, almost on our crop field. Which means that we would be getting more crop. Which, maybe I should use this thing to mow the field edges then. Because, I mean, it's only, you know, it's half full now. If I use this on the field edges, we'll be able to keep the grass instead of just mulching it. Mulching the grass would have the unfortunate side effect of, well, it would fertilize the area that is currently grass and potentially cause weed growth. Yeah, I think, ridiculously enough, the best course of action is to use the Crasshopper to mow our field edges, as well as this area here, because we'll actually be getting more benefit from it than whatever harm it could potentially cause. especially with these huge mudding tires, which I don't know why he put mudding tires on. Right, we also need to actually mow the playground in the... let's just do this little area here as well. We need to mow the playground in the pub. Let's pick that up. Because Sergey's got a bar tab he needs to pay off, and the pub owner said, hey, if you mow the playground area, I'll, you know, forgive that tab instead of charging it to me. Which, that sounds like a good deal to me. Especially with Sergey's style of tabs. He basically tends to buy one of everything and then just ignore the money that it costs. Unless it's tractors, in which case he'll just buy something Soviet. Apparently most of the bar tab was in like really high caliber or high class whiskies. Which I didn't know Sergey drank whiskey. I thought he was a vodka person. Can I? Yes. Ha! That's how to sort picnic tables. Just mow through them. There we go. The joy of the Crasshopper is it's so... The mowing deck is so wide and so tuned up that we don't need to go slowly. I mean, we do for a maneuverability standpoint, but in terms of getting the mowing done itself, we can basically go at whatever speed I feel like. So that's that done. We just have to mow around the pub itself, which this shouldn't take very long. So that's that bit done. Just grab all this in here. La 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 la. A little bit of the front. And woo, down along this side. We may have missed a bit, but that's fine. And done. Yeah, this is a bit silly, but hey, it works. So with that all sorted, let's head over to the compost master, because that's going to be our next port of call. I want to see if this plan will work, and we'll see if we can't get a fuel truck or fuel tanker in at some point very soon to get the compost master actually running. So let's just go to full speed here, because the brakes on this thing are stupid good. Through the corner there, fantastic. We will be using this to mow Stonehenge from now on, because if we can compost the grass, like I think we can, that's gonna be our best case scenario right there, is not making money but making compost. We can also use this to, like I'm about to do, clean up the industrial estate area here. Just for that bit of extra grass. I mean, we're at 64,000 litres here. That's more than enough to fill the compost master, but it's just a case of getting this place looking clean, tidy, and neat. And I mean, the extra grass isn't going to hurt. There's no way that the extra grass could possibly hurt pretty much anything, actually. Just because it's, well, grass. It's not gonna actually cause a problem. The only problem it could cause is I might need to dump grass out somewhere, and that's where I might have to sell grass directly as loose grass to like another composting plant, because the minute our compost master is full, we're at full capacity for grass. And that isn't gonna, you know, this thing, it's not gonna be very long before that is the case. So we're gonna have to be kind of careful about it. I have been in touch with Quentin. He said there's some sort of radio presenter coming to him in the next few days. to interview him. Apparently he's Irish too, so maybe Quentin will get on well with him. So maybe, I don't. He said he's gonna like record it and put it up on his channel, so, or on my channel, which, okay. I mean, I guess it's now a shared channel between me and Quentin. Versus me being nice enough to leave him put some of his videos up now, he's kind of going on his own way and doing his own things on it. Although he has said that if we do get Event Honwin, which it's looking increasingly likely that we will in time, the money at the bank is kind of looking at giving me investment for the farm, and I've said, look, I don't want to run Thornton for too much longer. The way that it is, it needs a lot more investment than I can justify. You know, I'll run it as long as I can, but there is more investment needed than you can give and than I can give. So that is gonna start filling up there, and it's gonna take a while, because I think that can only hold 50,000 litres, and oh, hang on. That's already at oh, never mind, it's filling up at full speed. Yeah, now the compost master's full, and there's still 30-odd thousand litres of grass in the Crasshopper. That means one thing and one thing only: we need to have a look at renting something that we can use. This thing have a fuel tanker. This thing has a liquid tanker which can carry fuel. How much is this thing to rent? 7,000. Well, let's rent it for 7,000. Let's rent this for 1,700. Okay, so they're both gonna be at the shop. So let's get over there. Alright. So, the next course of action is going to be filling this thing up with fuel. We're getting it attached first of all, then filling it up with fuel. Okay, so it's attached over to our fuel pump in the yard, because it's going to be our fuel we use regardless. I don't exactly have a contract drawn up for supplying fuel to the industrial estate, so we're just going to take fuel from our yard storage, and yeah, it's not going to run cheap. Hopefully the guy that rented this to us doesn't mind the fact that we're going to load this full of fuel. Potentially in an explosive mixture when it's empty, because there'll be, you know, you never fully empty a fuel container. There's always going to be trace amounts of it left. So why is this not working? Wrong button. Why is this not working? Okay, so let's, I guess, return this. That didn't go to plan. Do I have? Let's get one from Shell then. 2,200 to rent that. Okay, we're running out of money quickly. And the fence should be at the shop, should it not? Nearby. Fantastic, it's the shop. So let's get this on the case. because we do need fuel, and happen to know that Shell like giving us fuel. Or at least like us borrowing stuff, because they get to make money and they're our fuel suppliers, so as far as they know, we're just bringing this to something that's in a field and we need a lot of fuel at once. And I mean, this thing is purpose built to hold fuel, so we should in theory be fine. In theory. In practice, maybe not so much, but that's a problem for another day. We will also, just for the sake of moving the compost, actually need to get what do we need to get? Completely forgot. We'll need to get a manure spreader. Ideally a big one, but I think there's one that can go onto the IT runner, is there not? The one for the IT runner is 52,000. I think we'll be stuck with the kind of the Sip Orion. Maybe the Gyrax. This is a while off, so it's fine. I think it'll be the Sip Orion we'll get. Maybe the Gyrax. 15,000 versus 12,000, yeah. Best case scenario, we'll be getting the Tornado 3, which still isn't very big. You know, we'll be stuck with small stuff for a little while. But if we can get the Compost Master running in the first place, then we'll be off to a very good start. And that is priority numero uno for right now. We will also need to mow, you know, these little grass paddocks. They're not high quality grass, they're very low quality grass, so these, you know, those paddocks, the grass from them can go straight in the Compost Master as well. Okay, oh good lord, this is gonna take all of our money and then some, so we're gonna go into debt. 1,000, 0, minus 1,000, minus 2,000, oh. Oh, that's not good. So we now owe, I think, 33,000 total. Yeah, 33,206 is our total debt. That fuel cost 24,000 pounds. Oh my god, we're gonna need to make we'll save so much money in from the compost. Which, I mean, we should be able to. The Compost Master can run for an insane amount of time off a single load of fuel, but at the same time, we're gonna have to use it on the meadows. We're gonna have to compost the meadows. There is no way we can justify using liquid fertilizer beyond what's in the tank already, and even then, I think the best course of action would be just to use compost from here on out. Because even the liquid fertilizer spreader, or the sprayer, that thing's gonna cost money to run. And then you've got associated maintenance costs. I think we might have to, in a very bizarre situation, such as the one we're in, we might have to, please tell me I can unload this. Attach PTO. Of course. We have PTO to activate the vacuum pump. Alright, so that's now unloading fuel in. The Compost Master should run in a moment. Should kick in. There we go. It is producing compost at a quite good rate, actually. It's got 4,000 liters of compost. It's running through a large amount of stuff pretty quickly, so this might actually end up working in our favor. Oh, that's the fuel going in, never mind. So the fuel going in, Compost Master's running. we got 50,000 litres of grass in there. We need to make... Well, this will make 50,000 litres of compost. And we'll basically need to have that running now full time. The big question is, do I get rid of the fertilizer sprayer or not? I've just looked at the time. We are going to have to kind of rush the rest of the work. But that's a problem for another day. That's going to do it from me for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button, hit subscribe, watch the playlist and all that good stuff. There's also a playlist on the channel that I've kind of been keeping a bit of a secret for a while, of the map I'm making. And I've started putting videos up of that again. There was one up on Monday. I'll be probably streaming it today. Maybe, if something else hasn't happened in the meantime. Hopefully I'll be streaming it. If I'm not, it'll be something else that you guys will enjoy, trust me. But until I'll see you again, which should be, well, tomorrow on... I won't see you tomorrow. I might in the stream, depends. I'm confusing myself at this point. I'll leave you by saying, I've been RainbowDave, you've been watching Farming Simulator 17 on Thornton Farm. Hope you enjoyed. Until next time, stay safe, and goodbye.